I like to dance, and I like to get the mojo flowing at maximum photon speed.
Right.
And my knee was locked up, so I couldn't fully flow, which is disconcerting, and it actually throws my singing off as well. But
Well, we talked afterwards about your knee injury, but while you were on stage, I didn't notice anything. You moved great.
I can move better, but thanks. The good news for me is I'm surrounded by John, Chad, and Flea, which is just like a huge uplifting energy circle. So they carry me.
Yeah. How did you injure your knee? Is it just from all the years of dancing on stage?
Pounding on stage for 100 years. Yeah.
You know Maynard from Tool? He's got a artificial hip. From stomping.
From stomping.
From stomping on stage, he blew his fucking hip out.
I'm not surprised. What I am surprised is that Mick Jagger hasn't blown both of his hips out.
Oh, man. We saw him when he was at CODA, the Circuit of the Americas here in Austin. It was insane. First of all, it was like a psychedelic experience just seeing him. Because you can't believe that's really Mick Jagger up there. Like, that's the fucking Rolling Stones. They were incredible. And he's still dancing around. He's as old as Biden.
He's as old
You need to understand.
which is an official expression, by the way.
Yes. I mean, he's like commensurate. It's like, I think he's basically the same age, right? Like, what is Biden? Biden's like 78. And I think Mick Jagger is like 78 as well. I think he's in the neighborhood, right? How old is he? You could ask your friend.
I think it's because
79. He's 79.
79.
Jeez.
He's so light.
Yeah.
His bone structure, his anatomy is light.
Yeah.
And he's written a song or two.
Oh, yeah.
He's older by 4 months or so.
He's older than Biden.
Yeah.
That's insane.
As you said, he's older than Biden.
But meanwhile, he talks great.
No, he's not. No, he's not. I'm sorry.
No?
No, I misread that.
They're twins.
Biden's older by like 8 months.
Oh, okay.
November
Biden's
42
old.
versus
Those
July
8 months are a
43.
motherfucker. The 8 months
We'll
is
see.
the difference.
You and I shall see.
Hopefully, we'll see.
Yeah.
If we're lucky.
We need those black.
How old are you now?
I am looking at 60.
Looking at it.
I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
2 weeks away.
Wow.
Yeah.
How's it feel? You look great.
I feel, thank you. You look great too.
Thank you.
Yep. I don't know how old you are, but
55.
Oh, wow. You look real good.
Thank you.
Yeah. We could grapple later. It feels wonderful. It feels so good. If I can do what I want to do for the next 20, 30 years, I'm just hallelujah.
It's just a matter of the joints. The joints holding up.
I think they're going to repair. I
Yeah?
think they're going to repair. I went hard last night, and I feel better today than I did when I saw you a week ago.
Oh, well, that's great. Did you get any treatments done on the knee or anything?
Osteopathy.
Osteopathy. What is that?
Osteopathy is a medicine, a hands-on medicine, where you have to study for 12 years before you can touch a patient. And they study anatomy, connectivity, all tissues, all bones. And this girl is French, Lucille, and she gets in there and she starts feeling the hamstrings connected to the knee bones, connected to the calf things, connected to the arch of your foot. And she just starts allowing your body to heal. So she makes some space with her hands and her mind.
Her mind.
Oh, yeah, you have to be focused. There's a concentration to it. It's not the biggest part, but it's a part. You looking at me?
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I had a frozen shoulder. I went to every doctor in the world, nothing.
Oh, really?
3 visits with Lucille.
You know what's great for shoulders is hanging from your hands.
Yeah.
A chin-up bar.
Yeah.
It's really good for that.
Sounds good.
If you have frozen shoulders, impingements, and things like that. And there's a theory that, as we are primates, our ancestors swung from trees and hung on trees, and that the joint expresses itself better when it's like constantly put through a range of motion and hanging from things. And people, especially people with sedentary lifestyles that never really put that kind of like where your body weight sort of stretches out your joints can kind of collapse and they get impinged and they get kind of fucked up.
I hear that. That makes sense. We are primates, and it's also mental. Your brain depends on walking. So old school us, we would walk all day, every day.
Right.
However, 20,
Sure.
30 miles, and it's good for your brain. It keeps the
is.
Alzheimer's away. You
Yeah.
stop walking, the brain kind of freezes up.
Yeah. That's true. Activity is one of the very best ways to fight off all sorts of mental degeneration. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And music.
Yeah, well, that's why, you look so great at 60 because you're always bouncing around and moving. And I feel bad for people that aren't, like, active, because you will deteriorate to a point where you're not going to be able to bring it back. If you can maintain, it's so much better to maintain than it is to try to rebuild.
Agreed. People need a push. People need an inspiration. They need
Yeah.
something that they love, and they need maybe somebody to do it with.
Right. They need something fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the key. Like, some people love running, some people love skiing. Like, whatever you love, like doing something that you really enjoy doing that keeps you active, I think is a great key to that.
I need the push.
You've been, when did you start? You've basically been doing music your whole life.
I feel like I started late, relatively speaking.
Relatively.
Yeah. So
But you've been performing since you were how old?
83, which would put me at 21.
It's pretty young.
But my friends had been studying and playing and practicing music since they were 10, the guys that I hooked up with musically. So 21 is kind of like, you already have to have started music. Let's, like with a sport. If you start
Right.
at 21, it's
Yeah.
kind of late in the game.
That's true.
So I just got lucky that I had been studying other things that fed into music. So I had something to say. I had rhythm. I had love for dance, love for sound, love for my friends. But I have been performing since I was 21.
It's a long time to be in the public eye, living that life.
It is, and it's both wonderful and horrific at the same time. The public eye specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I would trade it because it comes with joy and perks and it's a unique experience. But I love my anonymity to pieces.
Yeah.
I love going out in the world and just not
Can you still do that?
Yes, not often, but when I do, I love it.
When you can sneak by?
I'm not even sneaking.
I mean, you don't have to sneak, but
I think it's the anti-sneak approach that makes you invisible. You go about your business and maybe you just blend in. Los Angeles, California is the place where I get noticed and messed with the least.
because they're so used to famous people there.
Jaded.
Yeah.
In a bubble, self-obsessed.
Right.
They could care less. The minute I walk around New York City, hey, Kiedis, caught you on the TV, whatever.